Well, anybody can say anything. What makes the difference is the ability to substantiate or balance our words with our actions. The video we've just unveiled or shown to you those were utterances that sent shocks of waves across our communities, and he's still doing so strategically. That was a voice claiming salvation, promises enshrouded in mystery, and the plight of a people yearning for clarity. Tonight's session, we cut deeper down and deep into the surface tumor. We are untangling the complexities of a saga that unfolded over the past 2 years. A saga where actions and words hang precariously in the balance. Tonight again, Mr. Anu, with burning questions at hand, we demand answers that slice through the din, a quest for the truth buried beneath layers of assertions, of actions, and supposed deceits. We have invited you today, Mr. Anu, the man at the storm's center, to engage with us. We press for clarity and perhaps to shine light on the shadows orbiting your own very move. So beneath this light that is over me now, with Ambazonia and the world as our witness, let's dive into the heart of the matter. Question number 1. Mr. Anu, a year prior to the crescendo of unrest, your so-called memo, a declaration of dissent against President Sako's cabinet, rocked the political landscape of our struggle. Now, reflecting on some of the things or assertions you made, do you think that after deflecting with your tiny faction of Marianta, Nanchop, and others, it would have been good for you to just hand power to Sisiko? That's my first question. Until today, you have not handed your cabinet, because that was what you suggested. You have not handed your cabinet. Now, number 2, your memorandum heralded the virtue of unity, yet today we stand fragmented. It took you less than 6 months to fragment the few activists you got with you into more than 4 factions. I want to ask you, where is Nanchop? Where is Clovis? Where are all the activists? Ambazonians are waiting for you to answer these questions. Less than 6 months. Mr. Anu, about allegations and accusations of you denying today that you never wanted a federation. But we have facts to substantiate that. You are pressing on a referendum. Are you perhaps inadvertently placing the roads or ignorant of the fact that a referendum jeopardizes what we call today the sovereign state of Ambazonia? Number 4, your vocal endorsement of transformative change was by ambiguous pledges. You criticized President Sako or Dr. Sako's vision. In current movement, you're paying tribute to predecessors. Now, if we want to look at you criticizing everything President Sako did, have you been able to bring together Ambazonians with your activism or whatever you're doing for 2 years? Now, Ambazonians, number 5, would want to have financial clarity to you, with a staggering 135,000 US dollars unaccounted for. Can you boldly look into the faces of Ambazonians today and delineate what about and talk to them about credibility and accountability? Mr. I brought the deal. You have to answer us. Number 6 question. It would appear that even coup plotters do not trust you as much to give their monies to you. We have seen you organize fundraisers where less than $500 was raised. And just to remind you, even the money you're laying claim about from Ambazonia Foundation was not raised by coup plotters. The evidence is clear. Because if coup plotters could raise money, at least they could have been able to raise some monies to you based on all the lies you're telling. I understand the fact that you are literally void of understanding when it comes to the legality. That's number 7 question. The legality and the historicity of the Ambazonian struggle. I understand that. I'm very, very conscious about that. Yeah, I know that once your monologue is taken away from you, you can be as void as nothing. But you are pushing for a certain lobbyist to ensure that there is a referendum. Do you think that you have to lie to Ambazonians to fund their own enslavement into La République du Cameroon? There are several questions. Now, comparing the fact that you are shifting the ball from what we call a negotiation into a referendum that Cameroon has total control at this time, who is working for Yaoundé, if I may ask? Have you forgotten your indiscriminate romance with Bankwi and the Prime Minister? You told Ambazonians a few days ago that there are billionaires that you're in communication with, and these billionaires are looking up to you as the Messiah, the whistleblower, to come with something new. There should be a reset. Where are these billionaires? Why would you have to lie about registering Ambazonia in America just so that you can have donations? I understand, Mr. Arno, that Facebook views to you is more than oxygen that you breathe. These days, you barely get the views. The coup plotters, a mixed multitude of those who were about 500 following you via Zoom. You hold meetings now, less than 50 people come. Your cabinet in itself is a wreckage. The Mike Fusi, Gertrude Kisop in themselves are Confucianists. Can you be humble at this dying moment to realize that you're nothing but a flop, and that you need to apologize to Ambazonians for worsening the situation single-handedly, big-mouthing on social media, standing out there to worsen a situation at the time you started your reset program? Ambazonia was actually at the peak of the war, putting Cameroon on their knees. Cameroon was literally begging for negotiations and playing games. Some believe that you were subscribed to dismantle that apparatus. Only a few weeks after you declare yourself president of a certain group of few, Cameroon boycotted the Swiss-led mediation. That same mediation, as member of the interim government and spokesperson of the Ambazonian people, you were not even in agreement with. Like Cho Ayaba, like Chris Ano. You were not in sync with the vision of the Ambazonian people. I want to remind you, Mr. Ano, that today you want people to donate to you based on initiatives that were created by a man. You painted a picture and say he knew nothing. You're using the draft and the APP plan that was created by President Sako. The CID at the time, now AID, you were not a donor. There is no record of you paying your AID or CID. You don't pay CID, number one, Chris Ano. You were not drafting. You were not following the president during the drafts. You were absent. Your absence was eminent. Come to think of it, how could you have the audacity to ask people to donate to you when you never even believed in the same platforms that were created to raise funds for the war that we're fighting? I guess you became lofty because of the views you had on Facebook, and you enjoyed those glorious moments on this platform. Looking at you today, you're simply a wreckage of what you used to be. My question again, which should be the final question, is that can you be humble? As we await the responses that could either forge pathways of trust or deepen gulfs of uncertainty, Ambazonia holds its breath. The dialogue we set forth today promises to be telling, as it is imperative for the soul of our nation stands in the box of weakness. Mr. Ano, the stage is yours. These questions, or these aren't just questions, they are the echoes of Ambazonia's heartbeats, waiting for your answers. Waiting for your answers. I invited you a few days after you started your uproar against Ma Irene and the government. I invited you for a conversation and you absconded. Once again, I'm challenging you, either on this platform or via your platform. I'm ready for us to have a debate, you and I, on the words you said, the things you did, and the things you're doing today. Ambazonians and history will hold witness that for the second time, I'm challenging you for a conversation. Let us profile the things you said, the intentions and the objectives, and let's know who is and or was speaking the truth. But before you do that, do yourself some honor. Tell Ambazonians what happened to 135,000 US dollars that counties and the entire government put together for you to help in some of our initiatives or help our fighters on the ground. What happened to it? And that's not all. You accused Ma Iringwa for spreading her legs. In other words, spreading her tentacles. But you are yet to answer the question, what and why you were finding, or why you were the mastermind behind negotiations involving defense. Mr. Chris Ano, Comrade Chris, I do not even want to delve into what your friend Asong said. She said the same individuals you gave 135,000 US dollars to. Asong said it, I didn't say it. That was your best friend. She said you used the same method and disappeared close to 35,000 US dollars. This is not even money that the Coopers raised. This was money that was stolen from the government, from the National Treasury. For more than 2 years, you, Chris Ano, Marianta, Nanchop, Spemchop, or whatever they call themselves, Clovis, Jara, all of you, the activists, my Fusi, Getro Kisop, you have been unable to raise up to 100,000 US dollars. Shockingly for you, the interim government this year did not do pledges. Cash paid into the National Treasury, excluding what ABC Amba TV has raised for 1 year, is close to 500,000 US dollars. Now, if you include what ABC Amba Television has been able to put together, it should not be less than 600,000 US dollars. Can you come out? We are not talking about pledges. We're talking about money that Ambazonians who believe in the vision of President Sako and who know you better than those who are romanced or moved by your big mouthing on social media are donating to this vision. Can you just be humble to know that you are a failure and shut your big mouth up? I'll bring our analyst to comment this issue. It's unfortunate that we need to avoid these things, but for some reason, time and time again, we would have to come and clarify our people of the lies so that we are not left in a state of confusion.